Hello, classy people. How y'all doing? It is the Speed King. It's Wednesday evening. I'm back on the scene. I'm here with my wrecking machine. Ooh, Papa do. How y'all do? Hey, I'm fired up. It's the Suburban Handicap. This is for my buddy out there, James Joy. He said, you're going to do the Suburban? I said, what? Of course I'm going to do the Suburban. Don't you know the son of Ghost Zapper is running in that race? That's right. Anyway, before we get going here, this won't take long. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the red button, ring the bell so that way you can get notified each and every time we do a video. We do major races throughout the nation each and every week. We bring them to you free of charge with zero money down, and we have a bunch of fun. We make a few shackles, we put them in our pocket, and I'm in rare form today. I am feeling well today, y'all. Y'all can tell when I'm fired up, but I'm cool like the other side of the pillow. I feel good because I'm doing the Suburban. And I really do believe that the prodigy of the Ghost Zapper, the son of Ghost Zapper, my favorite horse of all time. I've never seen a horse run as fast as Ghost Zapper. -6s on the sheets. The closest one was Dr. Fager. But we'll get into that. I think the Suburban is over, but we'll analyze the race. How about that? So, the Suburban on Saturday over there in Belmont, New York. If you make it there, you'll make it where? Anywhere. And the Suburban is 1.25 miles for a cool $400,000, I believe. I think it's a G2 race. And it's 6 suspects. And it appeared to me that 5 of them shouldn't be in the race. I think it's lopsided. I don't think it's close. And I know I need to analyze each and every race, but I don't think it's close. All right? But we'll wait until we get to the number 4, and I'll try to curb my enthusiasm for the son of Ghost Zapper. Trained by, that's right, the legendary Bobby Franco, ridden by Javier. Gate to Wire. 2004 Breeders' Cup at Lone Star. And by the way, Roses in May was in that race. Trained by Del Romans. And Roses in May won the Dubai. He was a champion, but he was just born in the wrong year running in the Breeders' Cup against Ghost Zapper. To the front, it was over. And we bet a lot of money on Ghost Zapper that day. But anyway, let me curb my enthusiasm. The fan in me is coming out. But let me do the whole race of the Suburban. 1.25 miles, I told you, on Saturday the 3rd in Belmont, New York. Moretti, the number 1 horse. Well, Moretti's not a bad horse. Let me get up my data here. I have it in front of me, but I always like to have it really in front of me. And Moretti is a very nice horse. He's a 5-year-old with 12 starts, 4 wins, 4 seconds, and 2/3 for $300,000. Trained by, that's right, Tad Pletcher. Of course. And Mr. Pratt is in town to ride, and he'll be a passenger, and he'll just be looking at these horses from the back. I mean, Moretti's a fair enough horse. I mean, bred by Medaglia Doro, which again was trained by Bobby Franco. So, you know, Moretti is bred nicely, but his speed figures is just much too weak. And here, this is real stuff here. This is you know, this isn't just a gray race. This is big boy stuff. So Moretti, we're going to throw directly off the ticket. The number 2 horse, of course, we heard this horse last week or the week before, Informative. Informative is by Bodemeister, and he won the Salvatore over there at Monmouth Park at 79-1 with Jose Ferreira. I can see why they brung him up to the Suburban, but this horse's speed figure is just much too slow, and he's in the wrong race. So the 1 and 2, Moretti and Informative, shouldn't be in this race. Throw them both out. The number 3 horse, well, number 3 is not a horrible horse. He's just not fast enough. He's not slow. He's just not fast enough. Prioritize is by Tiz Way. Got 16 starts, 4 wins, 2 seconds, and this is Mr. Bond's horse, right? Made his 6-year-old debut on May 14th, ran a 1:15 time for him. and that won't get it done here. It looks like Prioritize, the number 3. His better races are behind him. So the 1, 2, and 3 are pretenders. I don't like them. Throw them directly off your ticket. They will not win this race, period. So you know me, I will make a stand. I make calls. I don't wishy-washy. I don't like the 1, 2, or 3. I do not think they have any shot. But I'm not telling you anything if you're looking at the races. This race. Well, here we go. The number 4 horse, Mystic Guide. Obviously, everybody knows that Ghost Zapper is my favorite horse of all time. And trained by Bobby Franco. And Ghost Zapper had 11 starts, 9 wins, 1/3, only off the board 1 time in an allowance race as a 2-year-old. I started reading the sheets probably 25 years ago, the Ragasins, and I've never seen a horse ever, when I came upon him up around 2004, when I came upon Ghost Zapper as a 2-year-old. And he worked his way down to a -6. The closest horse that I've ever seen on the sheets was Dr. Fager. So in my eyes, unless somebody else knows something that I don't, if the Ragason people or the people over at Thoroughbred or Bayer or Breastnett can show me where a horse has run faster than Ghost Zapper, then I say okay, but I haven't seen it, and I've been looking at these things forever. And of course I had a bunch of fun with this horse, and Mystic Guide is by Ghost Zapper. And here's the thing, the mare that Mystic Guide is out of is Music Note, who's a 4-time Graded 1 winner on her own, and Mystic Note was by AP Indy. So really Mystic Guide is bred better in some ways than Ghost Zapper, who was by Awesome Again. Well, Ghost Zapper hadn't been that, precocious in the barn, in the shed and making babies. And we've been waiting for this for a long time. Ghost Zapper has not really produced runners that has done anything, And when I look at the horses that he was produced by Ghost Zapper, his leading prodigies, obviously, is Mystic Guide is the number 1. Mystic Guide got $7 million. Ghost Zapper only has $3 million up to this point. But up to before Mystic Guide, the best horse that Ghost Zapper had ever produced was a horse called Fearless, and who only won $115,000. So up to this point, Ghost Zapper really hasn't done anything in the breeding shed. And I've been waiting year after year, either on the male side or the female side. And I've been waiting year after year, and I think it's here. We finally got a horse that looks like his sire on the racetrack, and that's Mystic Guide. And of course, it's a Godolphin trained, Godolphin bred and owned, trained by Mr. Stenham. And they're taking their time. If you ask me, I compared the speed figures of Ghost Zapper and Mystic Guide and where they are, in their development at this particular time. And I think you might be looking at the Breeders' Cup Classic winner here. But anyway, you know everything about Mystic Guide. Went over to Dubai. We made a pretty decent penny that day on him. He won the race, and the race before that he won the Razorback. Obviously, he ran out of the TV screen. Now, again, that was his 4-year-old debut in the Razorback. And he came back and the speed figure was just like 4 or 5 points faster than his 3-year-old, right? So I love betting 4-year-olds off of a beautiful 3-year-old campaign. His 2 races as a 4-year-old towers, let me say it again, towers over this field. And that would include the horse on the bottom, Happy Saver, who we'll get to very shortly. And I know Happy Saver beat him down there last year as a 3-year-old in the Jockey Club Gold Cup race. Okay, but again, to me, this horse is heading towards where his daddy is, Ghost Zapper, and I think this horse is going to be some kind of special. And I believe I think they should take him to the Woodward and then directly to the Breeders' Cup Classic. but we'll see what happens. But I think this could be your Breeders' Cup Classic winner. This horse is very, very talented, and his 2 starts as a 4-year-old rockets over these horses. So there's your pick, and obviously that's going to be my top choice in this race. I am happy that Happy Saver's in the race. Maybe I'll get a chance to get Mystic Guide at 2-1 or 8-5, or a price where I could actually bet him. And then he'll smoke him. The number 5 horse is Max Player. Well, of course, you know Asmussen trains Max Player. Is a 4-year-old. 3rd start off the layoff, and both of his numbers as a 4-year-old is horrible. Just absolutely horrible. He's got 9 starts, 2 wins, and 1 second. So again, the number 5 horse, just like the 1, 2, and 3, should not be in this race. Okay? So we're throwing Max Player and my guy off the ticket. And then you have the undefeated Happy Saver. Now, I don't have anything against Happy Saver, and I don't know how you can, because the horse is undefeated, obviously. 5 starts, 5 wins. How can you knock that? You don't. You just bow down and give him his due. Okay? So he's a very, very talented horse by Super Saver, who Todd Pletcher also trained. That makes sense. It has Iraq Ortiz up. That makes sense. And everybody that's taken a positive view on Happy Saver, I can't knock it. And I don't know anybody that has a racing form or any kind of data in front of them could say anything derogatory or negative about Happy Saver, because he's done nothing wrong. And that's it. Now, what I will say is that's why my speed figures, or the data that I do, particularly my win probability, separates what I see. And right now, from Mystic Guide's last 2 speed numbers and the 1 4-year-old number that Happy Saver has, it's not close. It's not close. And I know 2 back in the Jockey Club Gold Cup, Mystic Guide was beaten on October 10th at Belmont by Happy Saver. The problem is Mystic Guide is, as a 4-year-old, is not who he was as a 3-year-old. This horse is head and heels over his 3-year-old season. So to me, speed figure wise, not knocking Happy Saver, because you can't. But when I look at the speed numbers and the performance here, and it happens to be Godolphin, my favorite owners, it happens to be Ghost Zapper, and the speed figures tell it all. It's not close. So to me, Mr. Guy looks like a lock here, Happy Saver or not. And I know that they should bet him. I mean, they should bet Happy Saver, right? He's undefeated. But the only way that I can separate him is by my speed figures. And to me, let me take another peek here. Yeah, not close. And this horse, and then I compared Mystic Guide to, again, Ghost Zapper. This horse is a shade of his daddy. This is the first prodigy of Ghost Zapper that looks like Ghost Zapper, right? And if they bring this horse along properly, and I know that they will, because it's Godolphin, and they also have Essential Quality, who can't run with this horse, this is your Breeders' Cup Classic winner, okay, if they bring this horse along. So, there you have it, the Speed King that weighed in, and of course, you're saying, well, you're being a homer. No, I'm really not. I'm telling you what you do. However you handicap, go pull your data, and your numbers have to show you what the last 2 races of Mystic Guide is as a 4-year-old. He's not the same horse he was as 3. He's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger, and he's looking like his daddy, who I say we should vote for president. We love Mystic Guide. We think he's going to flat out stomp Happy Saver. Yes, sir. Happy Saver's going to go to the front, and Mr. Guy's going to go there, and he's going to remember, hey, my daddy is Ghost Zapper, and he's going to wear him out. I got him winning by 5 or 6 lengths down the middle of the stretch. Give me 2-1, and it'll look like 9-1 to me. I don't think it's close. I got the funk in the background. I got my Ghost Zapper shirt on. I got the best son that's ever came out of Bye. Go Zapper. I'm happy. There's your Suburban, folks. The Speed King says it all the time. Stay classy in all that you do. And remember, Mr. Guy looks unbeatable to me. Tell me what you think. The Speed King, I'm out, y'all. Having a bunch of fun. The son of Go Zapper. This one should be a wrap.